Wake up! Welcome to an episode of No Script News, Original Seed, coming at you this lovely sunny morning, coming in through this big ass window I have here. And I'm not sure if you're gonna hear the noise that I hear because we have the field workers actually picking crops this morning, and we have people blowing those leaf blower things in the pavement over here for some reason. Putting dust everywhere and shit. Anyways, for those of you that don't know what No Script News is, I usually have my coffee in the weekend and go over all the news that I missed, didn't make a video about because I didn't have time or it just wasn't that interesting. I don't know why I didn't do it. I just, I have yo tengo una vida para vivir. I'm trying to learn my Spanish again. Anyways, supposedly I have a life to live, but I don't do nothing. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. All right, well, let's get into it. I'm drinking out of my Nightmare Before Christmas mug. Sally here. Before I begin, cute little story. I actually have myself a Jack mug that I bought. It's the same thing as a Jack mug. And when I met this girl right here, she moved in and she brought her Sally cup. Now we're just friends and all, but she let me keep her Sally cup to match my Jack cup. So it's kind of like it was meant to be. Anyways, Godfall is coming to PlayStation 4. And I expect more games to come to PlayStation that were meant specifically for the PlayStation 5. I expect more to come to the PlayStation 4. So if you don't have a PlayStation 5 right now, hold off. You're good. Ratchet and Clank is a good game, but it's not worth buying a PlayStation 5 for. I have a follow-up video. I want to make a follow-up video because I did talk about it before, and even though I'm loving the game, and I still do, it's far from perfect, man. So these people who are giving it 10 out of 10s are tripping balls. And even though it looks great, there's one swamp level where it doesn't look good at all. You might have seen clips or so of people going through trees and stuff, which is fine because it's just like you can't go through the tree. If you try going through the actual trunk, you'll mess up the dragon you're flying. But through the leaves up there, it's understandable because you're looking for stuff and they get in the way. It might just be like a gameplay mechanic that just they really didn't think it through that much. I don't know. But another thing that I don't like about the game too, even though we're talking about freaking Godfall, is a lot of the gameplay is whack. A lot of wall jumping. It's like, I understand it's a platformer, but I don't know, dude. It's just a lot of wall jumping, and just that's not fun. And even when you're using the, I'm going on a freaking rant over here. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Moving on. And Demon's Souls is also rumored to be coming to the PlayStation 4 soon. This is all stuff that I've talked about before in other videos, especially given that God of War, a game that's coming out in 2022, is going to be cross-gen. Why wouldn't these launch titles? Now, supposedly Ratchet can't do it because of the teleportation, but I think that's... Now, I don't think it'll look as good, but I think they can run it on the PlayStation 4. So just hold off. If you don't have a PlayStation 5, you don't need one yet. It's good, but you don't need one yet. If you have a choice, get an Xbox. Cyberpunk 2077 will be launching for the PlayStation 5 soon. I guess if you go to the store, you can search for it and you can see this little title head for it, which is pretty cool for people who want to play the game because this game was pulled off from PlayStation a long time ago because it still runs like crapola. Now, supposedly they released another patch, 1.23. I don't know. It's the same to me. All these fixes, it's like, god dang it. You're going to have fixes forever because that game is buggy. Death Stranding Director's Cut, which is pretty much just, I'm sure the Game of the Year cut. It might have a few little things here and there. when we saw the trailer at E3, it was pretty cool because it gave me that, obviously, Metal Gear Solid vibe. I got it right from the beginning. I was like, what the fuck? Now, I'm about maybe 40% way through the game, according to my PlayStation little thing where it tells me how far I am in the game. So, I'm not going to get the new one. I mean, I have this one. I'm fine. I'm just going to go ahead and finish it. It's a pretty cool game. It's a slow game. You have to be in the mood to play it. But it's not like the worst game ever. And it's only boring if you're boring. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't find, like, being in an alien world with these crazy old raindrops, it's a mystery. And if you can't, like, see the subtle things or, like, appreciate the subtle things in the game, then it's probably just because you're a boring person. Or you're just not at that level. You know what I mean? Like, you're like bubblegum. You like bubblegum games. You like Call of Duty and shit. Explosions everywhere. You like being led to what is good or what you think the outcome should be instead of actually taking it in. Anyways, I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm gonna play what I got. Drink some freaking coffee, man. In Pakistan, a woman died after a botched surgery from a security guard at a hospital. Yes. Security guards are performing surgery on people, and this woman ended up dying. It's not the first time this happened. I guess it's like a epidemic or stuff like this happens all the time, because I guess in Pakistan you have to pay cash in order to get your procedures done, you know what I mean? So a lot of criminals or a lot of people, security guard obviously, see the opportunity to get this cash. And I guess this is not the first time things like this have happened. I don't know. Just be careful. This is a crazy thing, man. Security guard performing damn surgery at a hospital. Metroid was finally announced, and it looks pretty cool. It's a 2D Metro. I've been thinking of Metro 20. What's the last one? Metro Exodus. It just dropped, or it's gonna be dropping soon, the next gen version, and that game already looked good in last gen, and I didn't get to finish it, so I'm thinking I'm gonna buy that game too. But man, it looks good. But I was talking about Metroid. It was a 2D game announced at E3 from Nintendo, and it looks pretty good. Reminds me of the old Metroid, but obviously next gen, or for Nintendo next gen. But it's gonna be $60, and I don't know, it's like, I get it, it's a full game from Nintendo, $60, but it's a 2D game, and it's like, have we come too far now, or is this just in my head? Like, I don't know. I didn't even think about it until someone else mentioned it. It's a 2D game in the year 2021. I'm sure this game didn't cost more than a 3D game to make. But then again, it's like, is that what we're basing game prices on now? For example, I don't like EA, what they're doing to Battlefield 2042, because they're charging us up front plus charging us for battle passes. So it's like going to Disneyland, paying to get into Disneyland, and then paying to ride the rides. Like, what the? No, man. No, either you pay to get into Disneyland so you can ride the ride for free, or you go in for free into Disneyland and then have to pay to get into each ride. That's the way it should be. Video games, no exception. Don't charge us up front so you can charge us again. Do what Halo is doing. Multiplayer is free to play, and they're gonna have battle passes. That's how they're gonna make their money. It makes sense because they're not charging us up front. But I don't know what you do. Do you judge games on, what do you judge value on? How much time you're gonna spend? Because Assassin's Creed, I mean, you spend like hundreds of hours in those, and those games are whack. Definitely, I mean, it's like boring. You're doing like the same monotonous stuff over and over again. I spent 170 hours so far in Cyberpunk 2077, and even though it's worth like, your $60, I mean, people spent 20 hours in it too. You know what I mean? And so it's just subjective, but I think the price is okay so long as there's not gonna be any microtransactions and stuff in it. I just don't like feeling like I'm being ripped off and have to pay twice for the same games. And so if they want to test the waters and see, hey, $60 for Metroid, then I'm saying go out for it. I might buy it. I don't know. We'll see. And Zelda. I have a little collector's Zelda 3DS. But they have a Game Watch that they released, which looks pretty cool. I would like to buy it, but I don't know if I will because I don't have a job yet. And the biggest news that came across my desk this week is Everwild got delayed. And not even just delayed, they're like remaking the game, having to redo stuff, bringing it back from the dead. Now, I mentioned this a long time ago that I was worried about this game because they seem to have no direction for it. And oh boy, was I right. Once the lead director left, they had to like start from scratch. So the game isn't gonna come out to 2024. Yeah, right. It's not gonna come out to 2025 at least. This is gonna be one of those last games that we get. You know what? I'm calling it right now. This is gonna be a cross-gen game for next generation. I kid you not. It's gonna be a launch title for next gen. Oh, freaking! I knew it was like they wouldn't show any gameplay. The way they were talking about the game in interviews, they didn't have a clear understanding of what they wanted this game to be or what it was. You already, I was reading between the lines. I could see like, hey, what the hell's going on over here? Something's going on with these fools. Anyway, it's delayed, and it's not gonna come out to 2024 supposedly, but it's gonna be a cross-gen game for next generation. I kid you not, I'm calling it right here. God damn it! Now, break this thing up. I came across this guy. What the hell is this? Freaking a pink albino buffalo. I don't think we've ever seen one of those. So I figure, make you forget about Everwild and just think about buffaloes. Pink buffaloes. And I think I'm gonna end it with Cortana, the new Cortana. I'm really digging how she looks. I don't know what her name is. I don't know what her deal is, but she looks sweet. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be I just kind of want to see the Cortana story. Now, I gotta go back and jump into Halo 4 and 5 just so I can get my Cortana story down and actually understand why she betrayed everybody. But I'm excited to see what the story goes with Cortana's, because this new one, like, I know we're gonna grow a bond with her, like we already have with Cortana.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions change. They always do.
Are you sure?
So I have a feeling we're gonna have to choose between AIs, and it's gonna be one of those moments that make you cry in games. I don't cry, you're crying. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. Remember, when shit's the fan and you start seeing all your PlayStation 5 games coming out for the PlayStation 4, even though you spent $500 to play next gen games, run.